In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to draw a 3D floor plan using AutoCAD. By the end of this tutorial, you're going to learn how to draw this 3D house, and I'm going to show you easy to follow steps of how to convert a 2D floor plan into this 3D house. Now let me open a 2D floor plan that you're going to use for presentation throughout this tutorial. This is a 2D floor plan that we had drawn in our previous tutorial. Now the first step that you're going to do is click on this part at the bottom to change the workspace to 3D modeling. Once you have done that, we are going to change our view to southeast isometric. Click on that, and then you're going to create a layer that you're going to name 3D floor plan layer. Click on this part and select layer properties. The layer properties manager will pop up. Click on new layer and name it 3D floor plan. Once you have named your layer, we are going to make it active by double clicking on it. Double click on the layer to make it active. Now the first step that I'm going to show you will be how to draw internal and external walls in 3D. Now let's turn off some of the layers that you're not going to use in that first step. Turn off the door layer, the objects layer, the text layer, and the window layer. And then you're going to create layers for external and internal walls. Click on new layer and name it 3D external walls. Now let's create another layer for internal walls. Select that color for external walls. Click on new layer and type in 3D internal walls. And you're going to choose this color for this layer. Click OK. Now let's click on 3D external walls to make it active so that we can begin creating a 3D wall for external walls. Confirm that your 3D external wall layer is active. Now let's begin by typing polyline. Select this and we're going to trace our external walls. And let's begin by this point as our start point. Click on the points as shown on the screen and always ensure that your polyline aligns with the external walls. And then click on the point that we began our polyline. The next step you're going to do is offset our polyline to create the thickness of our external wall. Type in 200 millimeters. Click on the line and offset it by 200. That's the thickness of our external wall. Now let's draw external walls for our entry porch. Click on these points to draw those external walls. Always ensure that your polyline aligns with the line of the walls. Type polyline. This is it. And then click on this point and draw the other wall for the entry porch. The next step you're going to do is extrude our polyline at the top. On this part, click on extrude and then click on the lines you want to extrude. Enter. Drag your mouse and type in the height of our wall, which is going to be 2700 millimeters. Now let's extrude the other part of external walls. Click on these lines, enter, drag your mouse and type in 900 millimeters. That's how you draw external walls in 3D. Now the next step will be drawing internal walls. Let's select internal walls layer. Double click on it to make it active. And then we're going to switch off external wall layer. How do you do that? Click on layers at the top and then click on this part that looks like a bulb to turn off that layer. Then let's begin. Type polyline and click on these points shown on the screen to trace our internal walls. Let's draw this other part of internal walls. Type polyline. Click on these points of our internal wall. Now let's align this polyline with our internal walls line. The next step is complete drawing the other part of internal wall. Type polyline. Select this and then begin drawing your polyline. Now let's extrude our internal walls. Click on extrude and then select our polyline. Enter. Drag your mouse and type 2700 millimeters. And that's how you draw internal walls in 3D. Let's make our external wall active and view our progress. And the next step we're going to do is view our walls in realistic mode. Let's begin by opening external walls layer. And view it in realistic mode. Click on that part and click on realistic. And you're going to notice that our wall covers the top. Now let's delete that. Type subtract. This option, select it and then click on the external part. Enter and then click on the part we want to delete. That's it. And then enter and it will be subtracted and we have a good view of our external wall. Let me make our internal wall layer active, and that's how our walls will appear in 3D. The next step will be creating openings for windows and doors, and I'm going to begin showing you how to draw openings for windows. Let's change the view to 2D wireframe, and then you're going to make the external wall layer active. Now let's begin by creating our 3D windows layer. We're going to begin by drawing windows on our external wall. Let's change the 3D windows layer to that color, and then make this layer active to view where our windows will be placed. And let's turn off the internal walls layer. The next step is double click on the 3D windows layer to make it active. And before we begin, let's confirm that it's active. Now let's begin drawing our window opening. Type in line. You're going to draw a line that you're going to use for reference. Click on that point, draw your line, and ensure that it aligns with the axis of our external wall. And the height of our line was 900. Drag that line and place our window on this part. Now delete the reference lines after we have confirmed that our window lines align with the axis of our wall. Delete these lines. Now let's draw our reference line for these windows. Type in line, click on this point, drag your mouse and type 900 millimeters. Type in rectangle, select this, click on that point, and then type 1200 by 1300. Select the lines you have drawn, drag a copy and place it here. Now let's draw our window opening. For that window, type line, select line, click on this point, drag your mouse and type in 1500 millimeters. Type rectangle, click on that point and draw your rectangle. Type in 600 by 600 millimeters. Now let's draw window openings for this other part of the wall. Type line, click on that point, drag your mouse and type 900 millimeters. Type rectangle, click on that part and type in the dimensions 1200 millimeters by 1300 millimeters. Let's drag a copy and place it on this other side of our wall. Click on copy, click on that point and click on this point. Now let's delete our reference lines. Let's draw window openings for this other side. Click on this point and draw the line height as 900 millimeters. Type in rectangle, select that and click, type in 1200 millimeters by 1300 millimeters. Now let's drag a copy of that and place it here. Now let's delete our reference lines. And that's how you draw openings in a wall. Let's view our progress in realistic view. You'll notice that our openings have not yet been created. Now let's move to the next step. Let's switch off these layers before we proceed so that our screen doesn't freeze for the next step. Now at the top, click on this part, the press pull, and click on the part of the wall that you want to press pull. This confirm that it's active, this part. Click on it, drag your mouse and subtract by typing 200 and your opening will be created. Now let's do the same for the other parts of our window. Click on press pull. Click on the part you want to create an opening for and type in the distance of the opening. And let's do the same for the other parts of the wall. Click on press pull. Click on that part. Type in 200 millimeters. 200 millimeters. Let's complete this other part of our wall. And that's how you create opening for windows. Now the next step will be creating openings for doors. Now let's switch off. Let's turn off some of the layers. Click on layer properties. Click on create new layer and type in 3D doors and select this color for our door. I'm going to select that and click on the layer to make it active. Type line. Click on this point, drag your mouse and type the height of that line as 10 millimeters. Type rectangle. Click on this point of the line. Drag your mouse and confirm that your rectangle is on the same axis as the wall. Type 1800 millimeters by 2100 millimeters. Then let's delete our reference line. The next step will be drawing a door opening for the kitchen door. This is it. Let me rotate this part of the wall. line, select that, click on this part of the wall, type 10 millimeters, type rectangle, click on this part of the line and confirm your rectangle is on the same axis as the wall. Type 900 by 2100 millimeters. Now let's draw door openings for internal walls. First step is to make our internal walls layer active, and we are going to begin drawing a door opening for this door. Type line, click on this point, draw a line of 10 millimeters height, type rectangle, select that, click on this part of the wall and confirm that they are on the same axis. Type negative 900 by 2100 millimeters. Next opening we are going to draw will be for this door. Type line, click on this part of the wall, type 900, click on this part of the line, confirm that they are on the same axis. Once you have confirmed, type 900 millimeters by 2100 millimeters. The last opening will be for this door. Type line, click on this part of the wall, drag your mouse and draw a line of 10 millimeters. Type rectangle and draw a rectangle of 900 by 2100 millimeters. Let's delete all the reference lines. Now let's confirm that all our axes of the door and the wall are the same. You'll notice that one of the door opening is not on the same axis. Let's delete this rectangle and draw a rectangle on the right axis of that that wall. Type line, click on that point, draw a line of 10 millimeters. Type rectangle, click on that part and draw a rectangle of 900 by 2100 millimeters. Type rectangle, click on this part of the reference line, draw a rectangle of 900 by 2100 millimeters. And then let's delete this reference line. And let's confirm that it's on the same axis now. And right now, our door openings and our walls are on the same axis. The next step you're going to do is press pull and create openings for our doors. Click on press pull, click on our door opening, type 200 and the opening will be created. Let's do the same for the other openings of the doors that we have created. Click on press pull, select opening, type 200, select opening, type 200, select the opening and type 200. Let's confirm that all openings have been created. Let's create an opening for this room. Click on press pull, click on that opening, type 200, and now our door openings have been created.